Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Non-League to Legends on the Touchline. If you watched episode 1, you'll know that this series has mainly been inspired by Lelujo and his Non-League to Legends series, so there'll be a link in the description, so do check his series out. And you'll have seen in the first episode that we were going to go and find a job, and we found ourselves a job. We've got the job at Wrexham. And I'm pleasantly surprised, to be honest with you. I was expecting a job in the Conference North or the Conference South. I was waiting for a job to come up, and we got to October, and the only job that had come up was Wrexham in the Vanarama Conference National, and they offered me an interview. So I went along. I was successful in the interview, and here we are. We've been offered the job and we've taken it at Wrexham. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised that we're managing at this level. I was expecting to be down at the bottom rung of Football Manager 2017, but no, here we are. So I'm excited by the challenge. So yeah, we've come to Wrexham. We've managed to negotiate them up slightly. We've got ourselves £500 a week as our starting point, our first managerial job. So yeah, I'll be moving the 70 miles from Birmingham to Wrexham, to North Wales. And here we go. So let's have a look at the situation we find ourselves in with Wrexham. I've taken over from Dean Keats. And he was sacked on the 24th of September. You'll see now that Wrexham are 16th in the Conference North. So we're just 3 points above the relegation zone. But it's quite a bunched up league. And yeah, it's not too bad a position. I did have a look at when Dean Keats was sacked. And he was sacked after the Dagenham and Redbridge game, which was a 1-1 draw. And since then, while they haven't had a manager, they've gone on to record 2 away wins against Chester and Braintree. So they're in a far better position than they were when they sacked Dean Keats. So I imagine if I'd come in 2 weeks earlier, it would be a very different picture. But here we are. We're taking over a team at 16th in the Vanarama National. As we're here on the fixtures, you'll see we've been here for 2 or 3 days now, and our first game is the FA Cup 4th qualifying round at home to Telford, here in the Vanarama North, so the division below us, so hopefully we can get a victory in the FA Cup 4th qualifying round. One of my early targets set by the board was to reach the first round of the FA Cup, so I think if I get through this round, we'll have hit that target, so hopefully we can achieve that in the first game, which you'll see today. And then after that, we've got quite a busy schedule. So we've got Maidstone on Tuesday, and then we play Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. So the first 4 games are 4 or 5 games are going to be pretty quick in succession. So we need to hit the ground running, really, get a victory in today's first game. Let's have another quick look around. Let's try and introduce you to a few of the staff. We've got quite a small scouting coaching team. At the moment we've only got 2 scouting staff, 3 medical staff and 5 coaching staff. And here they are. We've got Warren Hackett, who is my assistant manager. And he's looking pretty average, but we'll keep hold of him. He's experienced down the lower leagues of English football, so hopefully he can be of use to us. We've also got a head of youth development. Chris Dunn is our reserve keeper, and he's also the goalkeeping coach. He's quite a young man for a coach. He's only 28. So yeah, he's clearly already thinking about his future career. And we've also got Adrian Pennock, who's a coach. So I think we've got room for one more coach. I'll go out and see if I can find someone. I've had a fitness coach recommended to me who looked okay. Not sure if I want a fitness coach. Do I want someone who can help with the attacking and the defending side of the game. Adrian Pennock's looking pretty average there, as you can see. So I might have a bit more of a look around and see what we can do. I won't be using the the staff search and those type of searches that we can do, similar to Leluja. Let's try and keep it as realistic as we possibly can. So I wouldn't know about staff, so I'm going to be relying on recommendations from my current staff, so we'll see what we can find. And here's the squad we have. It's a fairly big squad, so there's plenty of choice for the first game. There's a couple of notable players that have taken my attention. So Jordan White is the striker, 24 years old. He hasn't played a lot of football this year, but he scored 2 in 2, so he looks a fairly useful player at this level. There's a target man up front, so he'll be my starting striker, I think, by the looks of it, wearing the number 9 shirt. There's a couple of lone players as well, a couple of young players we've got in. Jack Fitzwater looks like a fairly decent centre half. We've got on loan from West Brom, so he'll be starting at centre half for me, only 19 years old. We've also got Josh Robson here. He's on loan from Sunderland. He looks okay. His physicals are really good. Hopefully his technical skills can come on with us. So he's injured at the moment, but I imagine he'll get a fair bit of football for us. He's played 5 games for the club so far. But yeah, I won't go through every single player. I'll probably introduce players as we go through the series, so we can, as we get to know them and they play more football, you'll get to meet a few of the players. So I think that'll be that, and we'll probably get into the first game now. As I say, in the FA Cup against Telford at home. Actually, before I get onto that, let's get onto the targets I've been set. So the board want me to finish in the top half, which I think when they're in the relegation zone and they sacked Dean Keats, I may have got a softer target, but they've had a little bit of a good run since they've sacked Dean Keats. So my target is to finish in top half. So we'll be looking to get some early wins and try and get up into the top half and stay there. We're 11 points off the playoffs, so it's a bit of a way ahead. We won't get ahead of ourselves and think about the playoffs just yet. We'll just try and get ourselves into that top half. And a club like Wrexham probably should be in the top half. So let's have a look at the history of the club. They got relegated from League 2 in 2007-2008, and they've generally been in the top half of the Vanarama National League. So they've had a couple of decent finishes, 4th, 2nd and 5th. So they've narrowly missed out on promotion. Then they had a poor season in 13-14. And they've got back up into mid-table in the last couple of years. So we'll see if we can do that and start to build on those mid-table finishes. And then if we're here long enough, hopefully we can get Wrexham back into the Football League. That'd be a nice achievement. I haven't changed the captain or vice-captain or anything yet. And the coach has advised me that centre-half, who's just coming back from injury, so probably won't play today, Martin Riley, might be a suitable captain, but I'm a little bit reluctant to change the captain on the first day in a job, so we'll have a look at that going forward. But at the moment we'll carry on with Sean Newton, who will be playing left back for us. So let's get into the first game, I think. Let's have a look at the team we're going to select. So we've got Jalal in goal, who's an Iraqi goalkeeper. He looks okay. His first touch is horrendous, but generally his goalkeeping skills are pretty decent. So he should be okay. He's clearly our number 1 goalkeeper. We'll go with Mark Carrington at right back. So he'll be competing with the Robson, who we've got on loan. But as he's injured, Carrington will get the first go at right back. He looks okay. Pretty average again. The other fullback is the captain, so Sean Newton. Pretty similar, I think. But yep, he'll be our starting left back. Jack Fitzwater is the 19-year-old we've got on loan from West Brom, so he'll be starting at centre half, and he'll be alongside Curtis Tilt. It was a bit of a toss-up between Curtis and we've got Hamza Ben Sharif, who's a similar centre half. Looks okay, but lacks a bit of pace. He's a strong boy, so I'm sure he'll be playing some football. But I'm going with Curtis and his additional pace today. Going 4-5-1, I think. I was tossing up between 4-2-3-1 and 4-5-1. I'll also have a look at getting a 4-4-1-1 or 4-4-2. So I'm training that 4-4-1-1 as well. We've got those three tactics being trained up. Ideally, I'd like to get John Rooney, who's the brother of Wayne Rooney, a little bit further forward. He looks like a really good player, probably our best player. So we'll start in centre midfield, but we'll see if we can move him forward possibly and change this into a 4-2-3-1. We'll see how we go with a 4-5-1. But John Rooney looks like a good player we've got on our hands. Stefan Broccoli. We've got one of our 5 a day in here. He's on loan from Newcastle, young man, 18. He's going to be in the anchorman role to start off with. And Anthony Barry, who's our vice captain. He could also probably play in that anchorman role, but he's got the nod as the ball-winning midfielder for the first game. There's a toss-up between him and Rob Evans. Rob Evans, I think, is a young 21-year-old Welsh guy who we've got on our books. He looks okay, so I'm sure he'll get a lot of football, especially in these first few weeks. Doesn't look like he's started any games for us this year, but I think he'll definitely get a game over the next few weeks where we've got a lot of games. Jordan Evans, left winger, can play anywhere down the left side, from left back to attacking mid. He'll start on the left wing for us. He looks decent, 21 years old. He's our player as well, so hopefully there's a bit of development in him. The coach is very keen on him getting some football, so he's got the nod, as well as Eusebio Banchesi, I think we'll go with that as a pronunciation. He looks good, 21 years old again, and again contracted to us, so there's a couple of good young players we've got here. Hopefully we can develop them. And then there's Jordan White up front, so he's got the nod. He looks decent. Not played a huge amount of football yet this season, but he's already got 2 goals in the 2 games that he's played, so he's going to start for us. We've gone fairly basic with the team instructions. We're going to go standard, try and get the ball out wide, play fairly wide in that case, and be quite disciplined. So that's the instructions we're going to start with. So hopefully not too confusing for them. There's quite a few on. I might have to turn a couple of instructions off if this seems to be confusing them a little bit. Get a bit of advice off our coaches saying 4-3-3 narrow. I think I'll ignore that one. Wants us to control the player. I think we'll start on standard, but potentially we can have a look at going on to control. Wants us to stay on our feet as well. I'll ignore those for the moment. So I think we're ready. I think we'll get into our first game in the FA Cup. So I'm not sure how this is going to go. Just wait for this game to load up. I'm hoping we can get a comfortable win, being as though Telford are in the Conference North, but we'll see how we go. I have got a pretty slow laptop, but hopefully this gets going soon enough. If you are watching the video, why don't you have a little guess at how we're going to go? Why don't you put some predictions in? Be honest. Let's not just put the predictions in after you see what happens. But let's see what we can do. We're the odds-on favourites for this game. We need to get through this game to achieve our targets for the year. So let's go through. They'll be playing a 5-3-2 formation. Not familiar with any names on their side. I've asked my assistant manager to sort the team instructions. They've got quite a few knocks in their side, so hopefully that'll play into our favour if a few of those guys are struggling for fitness and can't last the pace today. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. And he's advising me to say that we're favourites. I think we'll say let's do it for the fans. Seems like a good plan. Obviously my stats are awful, so I'm not sure I'm going to have much of a good effect with these team talks, but we'll see what we can do. See if we can increase the morale a bit before we head out. So let's go for it. This is actually the first game I've played on Football Manager 2017, so it's the first time I've seen all these warm-up scenes. So I'll leave it in 3D, but I think I'll play the games in 2D. We'll have the highlights in 3D. So a bit quicker. So an early free kick for Telford. It's gone wide of the post. It's been a quiet 20 minutes to start off with. Might move this forward onto, no, not to contain. That was a mistake. Let's go on to control. I think if we don't go ahead in the first half, I might switch to the 4-2-3-1 and see if we can get Rooney a little bit close to the target man, who's ended up quite deep here. White out to Banchesi. Oh, good effort by Rooney. Saved by the keeper. First chance we've had of the game so far. On the attack again with his throw-in. There's White. Barry was crowded out there on the edge of the box. Hopefully there's not a counter-attack. Can we nick the ball back? No. Playing the ball around quite comfortably here at Telford, but are they going to go anywhere with it? Where's the highlight over? We've got the ball back now. Here's Rooney. Oh, I thought that was in for a second. Good effort by Rooney from the edge of the box. Another corner. Oh, surely that was going to go in. That was a big chance. I'm not sure who it fell to though. Still getting to know all the players' names. A little bit unfamiliar so far. Let's see if we can encourage them to get a goal. Let's keep backing hard out there. I am going to go to the 4-2-3-1. I haven't got any instructions on this as yet, but clear it out to the flanks. Let's push it a little bit higher. Play a little bit wider. Close down, be more direct. Let's get the crosses in the box to our target man. Let's put it on control as well. Still got a bit of work to do to refine these tactics, I think. It is only my third day in the job, so let's see how we can go. Oof, that was nearly a terrible start to the second half. Within 20 seconds we were under a bit of pressure there, and we still are under pressure here. Got one's gone past the post. could do without this game going to a replay, judging by our next couple of weeks, which are quite busy. So. Oh, here it is. It's fallen nicely. Oh, that's a terrible finish. I think I've been a bit lazy here, and I've got the people in the wrong position. So Broccoli was in an attacking midfield role there. That was not what I wanted. Let's make him a centre midfielder on defend. That makes more sense. Wondered why he was quite so far up the pitch, number 35. That was a very tame highlight there. I'm not sure control is quite the tactic when we're trying to play quite direct and get it into our target man, so we'll go attacking. I think it's time to make some substitutions as well. John Rooney's looking pretty tired, and Tyler Harvey's not a bad little player we've got as well. He's also an attacking midfielder. He's only 21. I think we'll give him 20 minutes in place of Rooney. Just make the one save for now. And let's take the pressure off the young man. Didn't seem to affect him. Come on. This really is a tame game. Looks like it's going to a replay. Let's get Rob Evans into midfield. It's his first appearance for us. Come on, boys. Jordan Evans is looking tired apparently. Let's get him off. Leacock McLeod. He's not a bad player. Get him on for Jordan Evans. Here we go, let's see if we can snatch it at the end. Oh, what a substitution! He's come straight on and scored. It's 1-0. Let's hit this back to a standard. That's the first goal of our reign. Nice ball in, half volley at the back post. What an impact from the substitute. I'd like to say he sent the crowd wild, but it didn't look like there were many in there. There we go. Just into stoppage time. I have no idea what that was from Newton. Just let McCarthy bring it down there. That was pretty poor. Is he offside? Doesn't matter, he's hit it wide. We're edging closer to a victory in our first game. Here we go, the goal scorer. Loses the ball. Hopefully we're just winding the clock down here for the last few minutes. Tame ball into the box. Surely this is the end. There it is. We've won our first game and we're through to the first round of the FA Cup. I'm not going to go quite so harsh on them. Don't be complacent, I think. And there we have it. 1-0. We're through. An 89th minute winner from the substitute. That's not bad for my first game in charge of a football club, considering my lack of experience. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest with you. We'll be in the hat for the first round draw on Monday, and that's something to look forward to. You'll be able to find out who we've got in the first round in the next episode. I'll probably try to get through October, to be honest with you, so it may be Gateshead away or it could be the FA Cup first round that we'll play in the next episode. So yeah, let's hope we have a good run, and until then, I'll see you next time on the touchline. So please leave a like if you've enjoyed this video. I'll try and make these videos a little bit more slicker and a bit more entertaining in future. This is only my first or second video, so please stick with it. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.